All right, jumping up next, and this is a story that actually broke about this broke on the day that we were going live, and I forgot to talk about it. So I'm talking about the Gal Gadot news with Patty Jenkins reteaming on a Cleopatra biopic. Now, I don't have it here, but once I started Googling it, there's actually a lot of controversy with this. Did you hear about any
Yeah,
controversy? Now, let me know if you know it, because I'm gonna look it up while you say it. But
yeah.
do you know what the
I think
controversy is with this?
the not whitewashing because she's technically she's from I can't remember what she's Israeli. I think it's
Yeah.
her background, Gal Gadot. So she is, a person of color in a sense. But I think a lot of people were upset because Cleopatra is I guess because no one had photographs back then, but historically speaking, that they thought that she would have been a black character,
Yeah.
because of Egypt and how close it is in proximity to Africa. So a
Hmm.
lot of people, I guess, took offense that they didn't cast like potentially more of a dark skinned or potentially a black character, a black woman to play this role is what I think was the controversy.
Yeah.
But again, like I see where people are coming from, but they didn't whitewash her because she is, like I said, Israeli and has kind of that
Yeah.
fair skin type of complexion. But I think that's what, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's what the controversy was.
Yeah, I'm reading this from NBC News, guys. Just on my phone here, it says Gal Gadot as Cleopatra in new movie about Egyptian queen is causing misplaced outrage. The controversy shows a misunderstanding of history, and an
Mm,
unfortunate persistence of racialized thinking that denies humanity its rich
mm,
multicultural heritage.
yeah.
Um, So yeah, I guess because I didn't know much about that until reading it now, but now you
Hmm.
explained it, it totally makes sense why people would start, I guess, the backlash train. And
Yeah.
I mean, does that bother you? I mean, when it comes from someone of actual ethnic background, because I'm not going to say, hey, it's not as bad as her being an actual white person doing this, right? But
Mm.
does it still kind of rub you the wrong way of kind of taking it back and not being too progressive, I guess?
Not really. One, because I'm not too familiar with the character, and then two, like I said, back in those Egyptian times, there were no photographs. There's no, obviously she's in Egypt, so they're gonna be 90% of those people that lived in Egypt back then were very fair skinned and dark skinned because just of the environment
Yeah.
that they were in. But no, it doesn't really, and this might be because I'm somewhat biased. I love Gal Gadot. Like I think number one, she's like the most beautiful woman in the world,
Yeah.
and then number two, I just love her a collaboration with Patty Jenkins, so I know it's going to be a really good movie. But
Yeah.
yeah, it didn't really hit me like that as far as like when it comes to the race stuff, casting different ethnicity to play a role. To me, it's like if them being black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian is integral to the story, then that makes a lot of sense to me. That yes, cast a person of color that fits within that role.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not too familiar with Cleopatra definitively being labeled as an African American. Again, I know the close proximity of Egypt and Africa, and we're just assuming that she would have been,
Darker
more
skinned.
dark skinned.
Yeah, like you
Yeah,
said,
but it's
exactly.
it's historically speaking, I don't know the merit or the accuracy behind that.
Yeah. Dude, this always jumps me back to the not Charlie Murphy, but God, I forget the other comedian that was on the Chappelle show. He had that skit where I'm gonna create a movie called The Last Black Man on Earth, starring Tom Hanks.
Oh, Moody, what's his name? Yeah, something Moody.
Paul Mooney.
Paul Mooney.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yep, yep, yep. And
dude,
the
ahead of its
samurai sword, Tom Cruise.
yeah,
Yeah.
ahead of its time when he said that.
Mm-hmm.
So ahead of its
Mm-hmm.
time because Hollywood will do this shit, man. Hollywood will do this
Yeah.
shit. And no, I guess I do. Obviously, if she was a straight up American woman, European descent, I would feel a little, I guess, not weird about it, but think
Yeah.
like with so many multiracial or ethnicities out there, especially in the actors sphere that we have
Mm-hmm.
now on the rise. Like why would they do that? Why would they
Yeah.
not give someone else a chance? And let's not forget that Elizabeth Taylor did this back in
Mm-hmm.
the day.
Yeah,
You,
back in the 60s.
yeah, exactly. So when I started like Googling pictures, like I'd forgot about that, and I saw pictures of her and the portrayal that
Mm-hmm.
they did. Also, a lot of times in these timepieces, they would put makeup to make these people darker. Not necessarily
Darker.
not a
Mm-hmm.
black face, but like it was like a
Yeah.
like tan, right?
Yeah.
So like for different timepiece movies and stuff like that,
Yeah.
they would do it a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I guess what I'm saying is also it doesn't bother me that much when it's a Gal Gadot. But I think maybe if it was a white woman, like
Yeah,
God, I'm trying to like think of like
like Scarlett Johansson when she was
yeah.
casted as a Ghost in the Shell. She was an Asian character.
And see, me not even knowing that that was based off of an Asian character,
Hmm.
I didn't even put the two and two together, so I guess it didn't bother me that much. But
Hmm.
no. So all that being said, would you recast someone in this, or would you keep it Gal Gadot?
I would keep it the same, man. Like I said, she's Israeli and Hebrew, so she is a like I said, she is a kind of a POC in a sense, man. And again, she's I don't think they're gonna put tan her up because she's I don't say she's like pale or white, but she has a little color to her.
Yeah, she
So
does.
again, I know people are I understand where the sentiments come from and kind of the backlash to a certain extent, but I don't think this is the same thing as like whitewashing a character. I think this is someone of color or someone from a different ethnicity background that's not straight up white.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like it'll probably blow over once people see the trailer, once you see
Yeah.
the rest of the cast maybe being rounded out and maybe being filled with more of other ethnicities and more maybe accurate to what people depict the times. But again, like I said, there are no photos of Cleopatra
There
because
isn't.
that wasn't around back then. So
Yeah, I was
for people to
looking.
get kind of all up in arms about it, to me, it's just like this kind of talks to the times that we're in, that people will find kind of anything really to kind of